everyone! And welcome back to Danganronpa! We're continuing the Clash trial, and we established in the last episode that Hiro is probably innocent, so now we have to see who the killer actually is. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved. That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. Uh-huh. And according to what Celeste said, we could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. So then, the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time? It would seem so. His body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time. Oh man, yeah, there's no way! It'd be impossible! Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible? What? How? If the dead body were to move itself. Wow, Kyoko, you're so epic! Huh? The dead body moved on its own? No! Not another ghost! I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality, he was still alive. He was alive?! Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own? But I mean, we found his body! He was dead! Perhaps he was simply playing dead. Yeah, so for you guys asking, how the heck could he move? This is how, guys! That, it isn't possible. The idea that Hifumi was still alive, is it really possible? Is it? Is it? Make your argument. Broken wristwatch. Is that what I have to shoot? Or do I have to scan something again? Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there was a chance he was actually still alive? No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt. And you know that how? Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of something. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made. Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery. No! I'm sure the body discovery announcement, it's almost exactly the same time. I think I need to support what Kyoko is saying. I think? Maybe? Oops! I didn't mean to do that! Your meaningless words tire me. Please stop wasting my time. I need to think about it one more time. No, I'm dead! No! Wait, I'm not dead! How am I not dead? Okay. I need to support what Kyoko's saying, I think. I'm listening. Someone else's discovery. What? Oh! What does that have to do with what I said? Or do you just not know what you're doing? I don't know what I'm doing! No, I'm dead! I'm dead, wait! No, I'm dead. Nobody believes me. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. No! Please, let me explain. No! Why would they vote me? No! Well, give it another shot, yes? I can't give up now. No, you can't. I'm a silly, and I pressed the wrong one. Okay, let's go. Try again. Maybe I have to either scan what Kyoko said. I think I have to scan what Kyoko said. I think. I think that's what I have to do. What did Kyoko say? Dead body had been found, and that's why the announcement was played. Are you sure about that? Maybe someone else's discovery. There we go. I'm sure the body discovery announcement... Okay, I need to contradict what Celeste said, actually. I think. It is impossible. He was dead without a doubt. And you know that how? Here you go. There we go, I did it! I did it! Yay! Break! I scanned it. Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi? Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body. Maybe, but that was also the same time that Taka's body was found. That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement. So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or for Taka. First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements. Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one. What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment? Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time. That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum. Good job, hero. No, actually, that was plenty. Oh. Huh? You said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time. Which means, even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on? Oh. Huh? Later on? Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice. The second body discovery announcement. The first time it played was when we found each body in the nurse's office and the equipment room. And the second time was when both bodies were rediscovered? Yeah! Woohoo! We heard it a second time in the repository when we rediscovered the 2 bodies. I remember. Ding dong, ding dong! A body has been discovered! After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin! It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it? Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have been played. Then in reality, when the 2 bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time. So when we found Hifumi for the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository. Was that before or after he came back to life? And that's just part of it. That was before he came back to life, right? So that kind of doesn't make sense. There's only one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office. I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom! That is the worst logic I've ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive. Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not. He literally revived himself. This whole thing is pointless. There has to be proof that shows Hifumi was still alive. I have to find it and show everyone. He literally spoke to us. he was like, hey. Oh, his glasses. Oh, yeah. You know, that's a good point. I forgot about his glasses.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository. But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved... huh? And the change it was, huh? Your meaningless words tire me. I don't even know what you said. I just want to contradict what you say, Celeste. You keep arguing with us and making things difficult, so I don't know. After being moved... there was no notable difference. Wrong! You're wrong! There we go, that's why I had to contradict. I'm like, the text is too big, I cannot see. In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses! That fact alone proves he was only playing dead in the beginning. Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in? Yeah, his glasses were clean. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered in blood. Uh-huh. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. They were. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse office's trash can. The evidence I found in the trash can was... Oh, no! No, I had it! Oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. There it is! I lost it for a second. It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. In fact, it was Hifumi's favorite mascot. One look at the blood stain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Pickles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to the school. I see your point, and the only people here who wear glasses are... I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that. True.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
I just wipe mine in my shirt. I need better cleaning. Or sometimes I put them under the sink. Wash them that way. Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi. So what you're saying is... What exactly? What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth. Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself. But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner? That's true. Clean glasses mean you get to see better. That's a good point. Uh-huh. Then it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible. Wouldn't you say?
It does!
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead...
How did he actually die? Is that what we're wondering?
What was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
Oh no, we have an explanation for that too! Tell them, Makoto! Tell them! I'm gonna take Byakuya's role! Oh, never mind, tell them, Kyoko!
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those. He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out! So he just dumped it everywhere! But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot! And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
The one who moved Taka's body was Taka himself, Sakura. It was Sakura. She did it. She's just standing there just like, what? What do you mean I did it? I was with you the whole time. It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
Yeah, me too, except Makoto doesn't remember. And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means, when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside. And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there. He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants. But that means he took part in the murders.
Yeah, I guess so. I just can't believe it!
I know!
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Yes, Kyoko, show it. There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
Uh-huh. The thing Hifumi stole from Taka, could it be? Could it be? The hammer! Oh, wait. Nope, not that. This one! I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
A hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants. Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says. Yes, now important. This is a crime scene, everyone. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m. Ah, that's the note I was telling you about! The one that told me where to go! Huh, wait, this one's a little different. In my note, it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet at the rec room at 1 a.m. Jeez, Hiro, you got a really good memory. I would have been like, I don't know, it's just something about meeting somewhere, I don't know. I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got. It's not the same? Hiro, you just confirmed. In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could have only been me, Hifumi's pants. Yeah, Hifumi's pants. That's right, Taka. No, it was Hifumi's pants, I'm convinced. They wanted to get in contact with Hifumi's pants. The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello, over here. Objection, objection. I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had the letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy. Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right? Oh, yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scary, but still, I can't let her get to me. I can't let her get to me! I think she wasn't listening to what we were saying. Oh, we got 3 bullets now. Okay, we got switch between these bullets. Uh-oh.
Huffy had the note right. Then the person it was intended for, it must have been Huffy. But remember what the note said? What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
That time doesn't matter. The note had nothing to do with TikTok.
The time on the note said 6 a.m. What happened at 6 a.m.? That's why I need to clear up. Ah, I thought she was going to say more than that. How do I change my bullet? How do I change my bullet? How do I change my bullet? Sorry! Ah! No! That's not what I wanted. How? Oh! 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 I found it! I don't know if I use any of these. Oh! Broken wristwatch! Yes, it does! Broken wristwatch! There we go! I'm just like, I got so many bullets, so many options, I don't know what's happening. No, there's absolutely a connection.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
The note said meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look at where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right? Which is where Taka was killed. I see. So Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka, just the same as me. Uh-huh. They played you both for fools. Yeah, the Cobra really is a cold-blooded monster, telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it? Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off of Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us. He had shoved down his pants. Proof that Hifumi stole the note from Taka. Oh, the ripped note. The ripped note. Yes, his scrap of paper. That's all he was left with. When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yep, they're from the same piece of paper. Uh-huh.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his dead grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right? You did, Sakura, you did! That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly, which proves he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa! Yeah, after seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure! He was! In fact, he was behind the whole thing! In fact, he's still alive! Yasuhiro, I won't go that far. Sorry. No. He's not alive! That's for sure! When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that. That's right!
So then, who killed Hifumi?
And who was Hifumi working for? Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository, so he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis. Wait, but me and Sakura were together! Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Wow, Genocide Jill, that's not nice.
Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too, but there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi. The weapon? Yeah, 'cause I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still lying around in the nurse's office and the equipment room, right? So Hifumi was killed in the repository. The culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it.
That's true, that's good.
But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
Yeah, that's a good point, Yasuhiro. I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah! It's packed in there good and tight! It was a good observation. He's right though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those two other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue. So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in the other rooms too, and I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right? Guys, you're missing something. Think more. So then, what was used to kill Hifumi? Makoto knows!
The weapon that was actually used to kill Hifumi. The whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out.
Somehow I have to find the truth. Makoto, you know deep in your heart that you saw the weapon. You know, Spotless Hammer, yeah! That's the one. I'm pretty sure. That was the one. So what was used to kill Hifumi? This. Why? Maybe you have some idea, but I don't understand at all. What? I thought that was appropriate. She asked a question, I answered it. Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it? Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance. Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about, but I want to snap your seriously adorable serious face off.
I need to think about it one more time. No. Okay, I should listen to what they're saying. Okay, I'm listening. I'm listening. I swear, I'm listening. Okay.
Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info.
It was one of the Justice Hammers. Okay, I'm done listening. It wasn't. It wasn't one of the Justice Hammers at all.
The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer at all.
No, it was something completely different. But seriously? A different weapon? Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now all hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. That's true. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as the basis for their design. If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar. So Hifumi moved Taka's body in the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer, the one Hifumi was working with, the one who betrayed him. Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out the murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not? We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought at first, but Hifumi is a silly guy. Make your argument. Spotless hammer. Okay, I gotta scan something. I can't say spotless hammer again. So I gotta listen. Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there was two murders.
Can we really say there's no chance in two people working together on this? Okay, I think I need to say what Kyoko said. Let me scan what Kyoko said real quick. Let me scan it. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, Kyoko. Can we really say there's no chance? Okay, and let's contradict what Celeste says. Let's get rid of that. Yep. It was impossible. No, it wasn't. Because there's two murders. Haha, you're wrong, Celeste. Nothing is impossible. Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved. What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff of working together, the reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out on helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince them to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was a part of their plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful! How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd. The effort made to convince us the two murders were the same, the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed the fact from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing, although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good at this she is. I understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
I think that is a great segue to end this episode and continue tomorrow! Cliffhanger again, but hopefully tomorrow we'll figure out who did it. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to, you can like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want, and I'll see you in the next episode tomorrow of Danganronpa. Bye bye!